Oral exam. 1.75. Hi, my name is Data Canlas. I am a work in progress. Always. Thanks. I don't know what I'm going to go through today, but I do know what I will do with you afterwards. No, I'm just kidding. Visited a lot of places during the first 3 years stay in London. Sino ba itong mga to? So, I will say si Ollie. Tama?
Yeah, it's actually
Tama si
ma'am.
Ollie. Yay!
Hi Ate Data, I hope you enjoyed the trip down memory lane as much as I did. I have one more question for you. What was the most difficult part of producing 5 and Up in the 90s?
The most difficult part of producing 5 and Up in the 90s was that we didn't have a fantastic budget. But I will say that those difficult times forced you to think really outside of any shape or form of box that was in existence. So while those constraints were present, it also forced you to be extremely creative and extremely trusting of each other. So that's what I think I remember most about the difficult times of producing for a children's program.
Broke their arm during a school.
Zachary Yuson. But that wasn't my shoot, just to be clear. Because wala pa ako doon. But it's a story he will never forget, obviously.
Hi, Data. Hello from Billund, the home of Lego. Wishing you all the best and wish you can visit us. But I have a question for you. How did 5 and Up influence the way you are now as an academic, as a teacher, and as an adult? We'd love to hear your answer.
As an adult. How did 5 and Up influence me as an adult? That's cute. Zach. I think when 5 and Up ended, I told myself, if this is the way the media industry is, then it's going to be hard to sustain these kinds of programs. I said, well, if I can't change the industry by myself, I will change those who are entering the industry. That's why I decided to become an academic. I decided to teach. I will try to inspire students to do stories that force them to be creative, encourage them to think critically, and ones that they enjoy. Because when you enjoy the stories that you tell, other people will enjoy it as well. Oral exam!
Hi Data, this is Iris and I challenge you to explain Laura Mulvey's male gaze using Darna.
Using Darna, mali ko ba? Wait lang, the male gaze. Pinag-exam ako naman. Okay. Laura Mulvey's perspective says that the media depicts women and the world through the male gaze, or a patriarchal masculine way of looking at things. If a woman designed Darna's costume, I don't think this would be it. It would be kind of difficult to run after villains in this costume.
Hi Data, Owen here. We work together at the broadcast department. I'd like you to explain the notion of Dasein as outlined by Heidegger using this poem, and perhaps tell us how it is connected to the concept of media life. Thank you.
Bakit dalawa? Dapat isa lang. Okay, Dasein means being here or being there. To be here is to be human, and that means to be conscious that you are here. A spoon is a medium, and it's a thing that doesn't know it is here because it's a thing. It's not humans as Dasein can use any medium to make meaning, to make things meaningful. Media is a way of making meaning of our time while we're here. Let's make something meaningful with this spoon. An exam. Oh my gosh. Okay. Welcome to Data Summer.
Hi po, Ma'am Dita. This is Ed. Can I just ask po, ano po yung nag-motivate sa inyo or yung inspiration nyo kung bakit niyo po ginawa yung study about this phenomenon?
Okay. I got into my research about young people and YouTube and second generation Filipino Americans because I noticed there was a genre of videos on YouTube that were asking, you know you're Filipino when, or how do you know you're Filipino? And these were produced mostly by young people. So I realized they were using video and media to find out, to explore their identity as Filipinos. And I thought this is a conversation that we need to have. It would be a worthwhile one because it meant that we would get to meet fellow Filipinos, their struggles in their sort of home away from our home, the home that we know.
Hi, Ma'am Data. It's Catch. I saw po that you wrote a gender reading on children's television back in 2010. Now that we're in 2024, would you say that there is any improvement with how television depicts gender for children?
Good question, Catch. I think there's more representation of children, not just in gender, but in the different ways that they live and the different ways that they identify themselves. It's no longer just between being a male kind of representation or a female kind of representation. It's about being a child in the world in a particular context. And a lot of media these days have succeeded at presenting children in different circumstances. And it's brought out a lot of conversations about what the media can do for kids and what the media should do for kids. The parts I enjoyed about my whole career, from being a producer to a professor to a researcher, is the learning part of it. I love learning from young people. I loved learning about myself when I was a producer with the kids, who are no longer kids. I love learning and mentoring young people. That's why I stayed in the academe for as long as I could. And as a researcher, that means you are never satisfied with what you know at any point in time. As a human being, we have to keep growing, and admitting that you don't know everything means you have to keep working at learning about the world, about yourself, and about those around you. I thank you. Okay. That's it.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Data. That's
You're
a wrap.
welcome. Yay! Congratulations.